Hello. Welcome to another episode of Just Weirdly Blended.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Jesse. I couldn't even keep that on.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the bloody show, you bastards.
Yeah, we were just talking about
a lady. So this lady apparently has been abducted multiple times.
Well, she fell long enough to fall in love.
Yeah. Dude, 365 just keeps coming up in this conversation.
Yeah, that alien grabbed her by the neck and spun her, and that was it. Her heart fluttered.
But apparently she fell in love.
So she planted.
Go
ahead.
He planted his spirit inside a blow-up alien. Kind of looks like this guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, pretty much this guy with a massive dick. That's
yeah. He's like this tall, too.
Yeah. She was, of course, an American woman on a British talk show.
Yeah, I was really hoping she wasn't going to be American.
It's sad.
When I seen her,
of course.
I didn't want to assume she was American, but just seeing her, I was like,
I was so hopeful when I saw the fucked up teeth, and then she started talking like, "Oh fuck!" I would have put money on that.
No, I just seen all the the work done and the botched work. And so I was like, all right, let's go. And then she's like, so
first of all, this is just his spirit inside of this blow up doll, and he prefers not to be called a blow up doll because it has negative.
His name's Manuel.
Manuel Diego.
No, I'm not even joking. I think that's what she said his name was.
Is that the English translation of?
I don't know, mate. You know, why does he have to have a Mexican name though? And he's an alien. That's fucked up.
That's a little racist. I think
I got issues with that.
I want her to come on our show next.
I got issues with that actually.
Emmanuel.
Well,
actually, that's a biblical name.
Emmanuel.
Oh, Emmanuel.
Manuel.
I guess if you don't do UL, yeah,
Emmanuel.
It's not Emmanuel. It's Emmanuel.
My name's biblical, apparently.
Yeah, Jesse.
Jesse was
Jesse.
He was in the Bible. He was. Yeah. I forget whose dad.
Thomas was in the Bible.
Yeah,
Very biblical.
Yeah, you're very doubting.
Doubtful. Yeah, I was evil, if you will, and then I changed my ways.
Yeah.
So my brother Matthew.
I don't even know.
He was an apostle.
I remember some of the Bible stuff, but I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. We've talked about religion to nauseam. Is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to use
Very
it.
good. Oh.
Yeah.
Big word. Good job.
Yeah. No, man. How'd your week been?
It's been pretty good.
You got a short week, yo.
4-day weekend.
Fuck.
Next week's a 3.5-day week.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. For some reason, I thought you were teaching today.
No.
But I forgot the kids had school off, so obviously you're going to have it off.
We had a what they call a snow makeup day. So just in case we have extra snow days, they build days in to make up. So
could they have not used that and got you guys out earlier in the school year?
Oh, they probably could have, but it's designed at the beginning of the year as just a day off. So the understanding is it's built as a day off. We could, but then they would have to do it a union vote and all. It's a bigger deal if they wanted change the actual calendar. And at this point, we have all of our field days and fun end of the year activities already planned. So it's
it'll ruin
we might as well just take the extra day. Actually, and
how nice is it though? You know what I mean?
Oh, it's. Right now, a 4-day weekend's really needed just to get you through the end. I'm not complaining. It's just
it's you get a burnout. You get burnt out.
Well, it's we finished our reading curriculum, so it's more work to get everything kind of planned because you're not just grabbing things that you already have. You're grabbing things that maybe you've done before, but you're kind of doing a little more. Do you feel like you got
work. That? Well, we call this when someone's quitting.
Mm-hmm.
It's they got short.
I gotcha.
Short term,
where you're kind of just nah.
Yeah, you just kind of check out a little early. School's ending.
I don't think anybody's pushing it as hard as they were.
Yeah. That's
half
what I mean.
The school's testing now too.
Yeah,
the end of the school year, our para support and stuff. Those are the folks that come in and help out in the classrooms. They get pulled to help with testing.
At least she wants to get into.
She should
working at the schools. That's what she her ultimate. What she said would be working at the schools. I was like, what, a lunch lady or what? What do you want to do?
There's lunch ladies. There's the para-education thing.
I was thinking about becoming a bus driver as a part-time job.
Yeah.
I think I could pull that off.
Yeah.
They'll be like, Mr. Barber, why you got your laptop open? on the bus.
Sit down and shut the hell up. Pull the Chris Farley. Billy Madison.
Yeah. I'm working. I'm in a meeting right now for my other job.
Hey guys, sorry, internet's spotty. So,
I know. That's hotspots work wonders.
there you go. Just driving the bus. Well, tech wise, I think we're in a good position this week.
Yeah. No, I don't got nothing to report. My team's working on their MFP buttons and they're doing this and that. But yeah, okay. You guys have a good day.
Sit down. And anyway, so
Sorry, my dog. I'm not a dog.
I'm going to tell my mom.
The kids think I would actually be a good bus driver.
you probably would be.
All the kids are unanimous in that thinking. I don't know why.
Nice.
You look like a bus driver. Thanks.
You look like you missed your calling as a bus driver.
You must have.
For the school district.
I think I'd be good with the kids.
Yeah.
I'd probably just be like, turn on the radio.
Carry on my way.
But bro, I would hella put that song on.
I'll bet you would.
I would have to. I would if they didn't have a radio, I would bring a Bluetooth speaker because I would have to listen.
I think they have. I think they have a radio.
I would have to hook it up so I can use my phone because I wouldn't want to listen.
It's not like super easy though because like you have to deal with behaviors on the bus.
Oh, I know. That's what I mean. I think I would be good at that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
they're always like doing.
I can shut it
video
down.
reviews and shut the fuck up.
I need you guys to bring it down.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna kick you off this goddamn bus.
You guys are up here. I need you down here. Jesus fucking Christ.
I know. No, I think I'd be good. I think kids would obviously be wild and shit. I don't know. Bus driving would be cool though.
Yeah,
it would be.
It wouldn't be too bad.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, driving a big old yellow bus.
I think I would do that if I was like coming close to retirement and I just didn't feel like doing much.
There was a story about a guy. He was like, I think he was retired from like the military at a really high level.
Yeah.
He was like I don't know, like a major or something. I mean, like pretty high up. And then he had been like CEO of some company. He had done some major stuff. And he became, or like he was number 2 in the FBI or something. I mean, like insane stuff.
002.
Yeah. He was 002. And then he retired and became a school bus driver. And so they did this whole story on him and it was just like crazy.
I would. I mean,
it's like, man,
you work your ass off. Not that school bus driving is easy by all means, but like you work your ass off and then you kind of want something that's just chill. Like I would be a Walmart greeter.
Sure.
I've been working since I was 16.
Me too.
Put
your mask on.
Oh God, dude, that one.
That lady, she. I think lady.
She's a lady. She's a lady. She's like I think transitioning.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, okay. I haven't ever talked to her, but
I do not know.
And I don't want to assume, but
all I know is she was
the one thing, and I always tell Lisa, I was like, man, you know what I got to say about her? Her nails are on point all the time.
Really? I never noticed her nails.
I always know. I notice things like certain things sometimes with people. She always has her hair like different colors or whatever. But like her nails, you'll see her talking, and her nails are always just like
perfect.
Oh, dude. Immaculate.
No,
like she must do her nails a lot.
She is a like I got some respect for her because I mean like just you knew walking in that store what the fucking rule was going to be.
Oh yeah, no, I put my mask on when she said so. I fucking put that shit on quick. Sorry.
She rolls her eyes. Stupid fucking idiots.
But you know, she's cool.
Yeah, no,
she takes her job
I was impressed. I was impressed. I mean, like if I worked there in that job, I'd probably be like,
I wouldn't give a fuck.
All right.
Yeah, whatever.
So
put your mask on. Whatever.
I mean, good for her.
I know. I just think of the movie White Chicks when one of the Wayans brothers, they're dressed, you know, in the girl outfit, and one of the guys, like some guy whistles, you're looking good, boy. You want me to come out? She could get all the voice got all deep. They're like, oh shit, because they're like wanting to play with her, like smack her butt or do something. They did something. Oh god, it was fucking funny, and that's what I thought of when I seen that because her voice got deep and really bucked me up.
I haven't watched that movie in a long time. I don't remember. Were they actually supposed to be girls, or were they them dressed as white chicks?
Yeah, they dressed as the girls that were supposed to be there.
Okay, were they supposed to be like? Were they like FBI agents or something?
They were. Yeah, they were FBI.
So they were
agents.
undercover. I gotcha.
Well,
yeah. Okay.
Originally, they were only supposed to escort the girls, but then they got in this like car accident, and so the girls like got scratched up, and so
they had to play
these
off.
socialites needed to be there, so they they became
because clearly they were the best men for the job.
Yeah. So it was so funny. That movie's so funny.
Terry Crews is in that one too. We were just talking about Terry Crews last week.
Dude, Terry Crews.
I love Terry like Crews. A creep in that movie.
No, he was like an ex-NFL player.
Right,
like,
but wasn't he like trying to like...
you'll be in a wheelchair for a week. Yeah, he takes things. He's like... That's cool.
Oh, man.
But no, man. I had to work today.
A dream that we were talking about actors in some movie.
Uh-huh.
This is how mundane my dreams can be. I was like, oh, like, who's in it? Oh, this person. And Terry Crews is in it. You're like, oh, Terry Crews. Yeah, Terry Crews is in it. And then my dream ended. Like, what the fuck?
Better than my dream. About? I just told Alicia my dream from last night.
Yeah.
It made me... I woke up like... feeling like shit. Like I felt bad.
Oh, I hate those dreams.
Like I felt because I cheated, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Those dreams are
and
awful.
JJ caught me.
Ooh.
Right. But he goes, hey, Papa, I won't say anything. I won't tell anybody. I won't say nothing. But like he seemed so hurt.
Yeah.
And it just, God, I woke up and I felt for like a lot of the day, I've just felt like a shitty person. Like it was real.
Yeah.
I hate dreams like that. This shit pisses me off.
Well, yeah. I had a dream, and I won't say what aunt I had, but like I don't know where the dream came from. It's an aunt that I love that would never do anything like this.
Yeah.
I was in her house and she killed my uncle with like a chainsaw.
Damn, what was you watching?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was a fucked up dream. There was like blood everywhere and I was disgusted, but I like was terrified. Like, because she had the chainsaw.
Oh, I would be. And she's extremely terrified.
You're gonna help me like take care of this. I'm like, oh, okay.
And then you're next.
And then like I woke up and I felt sick. Like I just felt like physically ill. Like you're saying,
you don't even talk to her.
Yeah, I'm like I feel weird against my aunt, and she didn't do shit.
Right. Like, I guess that's like when the women have those dreams about us.
Oh, it pisses me off.
And they wake up all pissed at you.
But they don't. What
did I fucking do?
See, that like we differentiate that and like, oh, that was a dream. That's not real.
Yeah.
They don't even try. Like Blanca will be like, I hate you today. I'm like,
at least she'll be mad. I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
Right. It was your head.
Just a dream, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I didn't do nothing. Yeah. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Seriously. And this is the thanks I get.
Don't give me a heartache. Come on.
I'm like, what is this? Notes from a while back.
Oh.
But I don't know. No, my week's was boring as fuck.
Was it?
It was, bro.
Yeah.
I built that fence. I don't know. No, I didn't build a fence. So I'm trying to. We're trying to get a dog. His name's Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Little boxer.
We're currently fostering.
Yeah,
Rex.
He's a cute little puppy. Busy as hell.
Little boxer boy.
But one of the requirements is like you need a fence, and I have like a semi fence in my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
So it has like a low, what I want to say, 3-foot brick wall. Not even brick wall. It's like
concrete,
but with like a design, so you can see inside. Yeah, it's like a fancy cinder block. You say,
yeah,
it's like a 12 by 12. Whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah,
it's not holding it. Max gets out of when he go back there. So Tom let me have a bunch of wood, and then I built this. I mean, it's working.
Good fence.
It's not a bad fence for what I used as posts and shit.
Yeah,
like it came out all right. And I was like, okay. So hopefully we get him because that's the requirement.
I think you will.
So
yeah, I hope
wanted the reference. Like, no, don't.
He punches me in the nuts every day, so I really hope you guys get him soon.
I know he's so hyper.
he's a sweet boy.
I went to go drop off a brownie to my wife, and he comes sprinting out.
Kicked me in the balls every time. Every fucking time.
Like,
almost dropped me to my knees. He does. He like, what is that, bag punch?
A little speed bag.
Yeah.
Oh, as I hit my mic. Boom.
Speed bag.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. But no, I'm hoping we get him. We'll find out when. I don't know when. But
yeah, you guys are going to get him. And then my cousin's trying to get Bia, who's been with us. She's an awesome dog.
She is an awesome dog.
So then every dog that we foster, they'll just stay in our lives forever in some kind of
weird way until you get more dogs, and then we're like, you guys want this one?
Hey, Jesse, we found you another dog.
I know.
We filled the paperwork out for you, so
good luck. I would be okay with you filling out the paperwork. I'm telling you, this application to adopt a dog,
it's longer than like a home.
Like I have a better chance of getting a kid than a dog.
Yeah,
seriously,
probably true.
It's so long.
They're pretty they're pretty intense. But
I was telling Nick this,
yeah,
and he was like, Really? I'm like, I swear, dude, it was the longest application I've filled out ever.
They want to make sure that dog's not going, not going away.
I don't know, man. And then they'll come to your house monthly.
No, they won't.
They better not.
They won't.
I'm like, mother.
All right, I'm here to inspect the dog.
I know.
That's not very clean in here.
We're going to take him away from you.
You no longer get the dog.
Like, what the hell? Why she got a Nazi accent?
I don't understand where the fence went.
I know. Hey, it withstood some wind the other day.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm shocked. Because I buried this fence is held together with 2x4 as my post.
Uh-huh.
And then my runners are 2x4.
I've seen worse.
And then it's, I just packed dirt around it.
Yeah.
But I went about 3 feet down.
Yeah.
So it's not going to like go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Well, and eventually all you do is, put in some metal posts and you're good.
Oh, yeah.
Just replace it with metal.
I'll just dump some fucking concrete around that post.
There you go.
Done.
There you go.
To rot out way before.
And then you just hook some chicken wire to it and hold that to the ground. And
I'm gonna throw it out there because you let me use some chicken wire, which I used.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like it.
Oh, really?
I hate chicken wire. It's so annoying.
It's not fun. No.
Yeah, I know. It's I used it. And it works just fine, but it's just like I'm like, oh my god, this stuff is just wiry as fuck.
Yeah, and it hooks places, and then you got to go back.
Yeah, I just zip tied the shit out of it.
Yeah,
so he doesn't get underneath where in the back porch.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't get underneath.
Yeah,
but I don't know. All right, that's all I got now.
Well, thanks for tuning in this week.
No,
yeah, I made a little note here. I was watching some Bert Kreischer today.
Mm-hmm.
He has a show on Netflix where he has to try to like change his ways a little bit.
Yeah,
he spends a lot of time, drinking and eating and on the road doing shows and things. And so the show is about him trying to like find balance, but it's really just about him like fucking around with some guys, and like I was laughing like with the show. I was enjoying it a lot. And then the kids are running around and this guy starts talking about growing up with a single mom and how they would always talk about like how their husbands like fall asleep going down on them and stuff. And like, well, I'll watch this later.
Sorry, kids can't. What's that?
Yeah. Going down.
Oh God, I can only imagine JJ asking something.
They were talking about going down, but I've gone down a lot and I've never fallen asleep. Well, buddy,
go to your room.
Yeah,
go play.
It's called Whiskey Dick, buddy.
It's got to be. I think that's the only way you would fall asleep.
Probably, right?
Just drunk. or just super tired or something.
Maybe they worked really hard that week.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Just
so gross. Oh, man. No, I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. I forget what it's called.
I'll just look him up. He's funny anyway.
It's funny. I mean, like, I'm sure a lot of it's like staged, not like just like this,
it just happened.
But it's funny nonetheless.
How crazy of a life would you have,
Oh man,
if it was that way?
Well, he just like because he has his podcast, and he has like he's on the road for tours and stuff, and then he does other like comedy things, and he goes on other people's podcasts frequently.
It's crazy to think of how busy these guys are. Really, to be honest,
But then also he stays up late for shows, and then like he will admit like he goes to the bars a lot, and like kind of still does a little bit of the party life.
Yeah,
but he's an older gentleman at this point for that scene.
Yeah, he's got to be my age, a little older than me. 40s.
I think I want to say like mid 40s, probably.
Yeah, so
but and so he was just like talking about how like his lifestyle is going to catch up with him if he doesn't find a way to slow down a little bit. And so that's kind of like the premise of this show is like him just talking out like how he's going to deal with this and maybe do a little better at finding balance.
We got to get him on the show.
I know, right?
That's what we're all about. That's a man's life.
Yeah.
That's me. Sometimes I got to slow down.
We don't drink, but I mean, if we did, we'd probably have to talk.
This is just water. Just colored water. No.
Yeah, it was so fun though. He's like sitting there drinking, talking to these guys, smoking a cigar. I'm like, well, that's exactly how you relax. That's
how a man relaxes.
How you do it.
I'm not a cigar smoker.
Sure.
So, but I mean, that's,
I am not all the time, but like
You're more than I.
I enjoy a cigar from time to time. And
you and your bro.
There's somebody that Matt had this quote that I really liked. Somebody said it. Some famous guy said it. And he said when he was a kid, like he didn't understand. He asked his grandpa, like, why do you smoke the cigar? And he said, well, when you're older, you'll understand.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, when he got older, he realized like it's just something about not doing anything and just the time it takes for a cigar to smoke.
Yeah, slow.
Because you're not inhaling in your lungs for one thing.
Yeah, it's just in your
You
mouth.
just puff them. And so they don't burn that fast. It's not like a cigarette where you're like, and half the thing's gone. You're not like taking drags off this fucking thing. So it can last, like a good cigar can last an hour at least, you know?
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, like you just sit there, you bullshit if you're with somebody, or you just chill out and
I could see that.
You know, but you're not just sitting there like staring at a wall. It gives you something to do.
I'm just staring at this wall.
I want one of those old school like cigarettes inside the long tube
with the filter.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not a cigarette.
I think it's the cigars give me headaches after a while, like the smoke. But
yeah,
I remember smoking a cigarette one time, like one of my first times, trying to smoke or whatever.
Yeah, right.
But I used to smoke weed. And so I remember taking my drag of the cigarette like I was hitting a joint.
Trying to hold it in your lungs for a
No,
while?
I just hit it like that. And it was so gross. So I grabbed the cigarette and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it like exactly like that. But the first drag was just like if I was doing that, I was like, ugh.
I took one hit of a cigarette in my life. I was like 18, of course. I had a friend that was like at the time dabbling and smoking. And I'm like, that's so stupid. And he's like, well, just try it once. I'm like, fine.
Peer pressure.
I coughed probably so overly dramatically, but it did hurt. I was like,
oh, here goes.
I made a big scene out of it. Like
drama queen Tom on here.
How do you do this?
I remember, so I don't really smoke, but like when I would drink, sometimes I would smoke.
I knew somebody that would do that.
I don't know why. To be honest with you, I really don't know. But I remember it was me and I want to say Gabe.
Yeah.
We were out of town for work and we went to a club and I had got pretty tipsy that night. And I remember waking up the next morning and I was still in my clothes from the previous night because obviously I got that drunk. I blacked out and just passed out with what I had on. And I pull out of my pockets a pack of smokes.
Oh.
And I'm like, why do I have these?
Why does my mouth taste like cigarette?
I go, where the fuck did I get these?
Yeah.
And then I end up asking, he's like, oh, you stole them from some lady off the bar. You took them and put them in your pocket. And she turns around and it was like, after a bit, she had turned, like, anybody see my cigarettes? Nope. I guess I was like, nope.
You pull one and you got one in your mouth. I got no idea, lady.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I think I got kicked out of that place too.
Yeah.
I did. It was called Pete's. It was some club.
Yeah.
And one of the other guys like, Jesse just got kicked out. And Gabe's like, what are you talking about? Here. And then you see me sneak my way. Somehow I snuck my way back in.
Nice.
You see me dancing. Like, oh, shit. I don't know. Idiot. Idiot times. I'm telling you.
Youth.
I do have one thing that, and then kind of switch gears, just a smidge.
That's good. Yeah.
I wrote a note from earlier this week, and I guess it's cryptic. Not cryptic, but it's
We're not going to understand it at all.
It's open.
Okay.
And I don't know where I got this from. I don't know if I got it from the group I'm in.
Okay.
Or if it just came to my brain.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, as dads, basically my question is, as dads, how can we do better? And I guess maybe not even just as dads, I guess as men and like husbands.
In the sense of like better just, for everybody else.
Yeah, I think just better mentally.
Okay.
And better as just being a parent. Or just being a husband,
Yeah.
Because there's always this stigma that we're these, I don't know, some type of guy. Yeah. Some type of, I don't know. Like I said, it's very open-ended. So it's very,
Well,
I don't know. Like for me, like I know
let's
for
delve
me,
into that.
like I can do better because I can like mentally, obviously, I struggle with some stupid stuff, and then you know you start down. You know, I guess when you're down on yourself and shit,
right?
I guess that can affect
So
your
maybe, like,
family
take
life.
care-
So take care of yourself
first.
Yeah. I think that's one of the
Well,
things that you can do
But one
better
of the things
as
that,
a,
like, but
as a
how
man.
do you do that as a man? Because
Exactly.
there's not a lot of communication about that being.
I think you got to find support
right
for that. If it's really important to you, I think you want to find like a support.
Well, I remember seeing like this daytime
group
show once. It was like I was in my like early 20s and I didn't have a job at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was living with my aunt and she was like sick at the time. So she was at home. So she would watch like, you know, The View or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And there was like this story about like these guys that would go into the woods. And at that point, like the only people that were home from what the studios looked at was like housewives, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very like anti that kind of perspective. So like the whole conversation, I'm like, oh, because these guys' lives are so hard that they just need to disappear into the woods from all the women.
And I think that's the thing.
Well, yeah, actually, you're like, yes, I know they did, and I don't think that it's so much like an anti-woman thing as like a brotherhood camaraderie in the woods thing, and I don't see what's wrong with that.
And I think that's, you know, I think nowadays things like that look of men is getting a little better.
I think it is changing. Like,
but I think back in the day, obviously, it's like men don't do nothing, and I'm not saying women have it easy. Obviously,
no,
I
but
think
this
they have
was
it
still
very
back
hard.
In the era where the commercial was like the dad fucks up all the laundry and the wife has to come home and like clean it. So not only was she working, but she also.
But that's what I mean. Like, so as a man, like now, like, you know, for us, that is very soothing or very like. It's a good way to just like kind of like decompress.
There's nothing like the wilderness.
You know what I mean?
So true.
You know, and not all men might not like, you know, like that. Some like just chilling at the beach, which I would be good with that too.
Well, I think the thing
wilderness
is like
the beach,
time away from the responsibility is a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's for any adult.
See, that's it. And like moms need it too. Everybody needs it.
They do.
Girls frequently take girls' weekends. Guys sometimes do. What we do is probably different. Most women probably don't choose to go run away to the woods. Some might.
No.
But like, you know, girls like doing their nails or getting their hair done, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We tend to like just like a campfire, drinking,
like, campfire,
you know, all the important things.
Like you always see,
so
he's probably out cheating, and then they cut to the guys, and they're sitting there drinking, shooting guns,
frankly,
being idiots.
Most of us guys, if we tried to cheat, probably couldn't pull it off at this age. Anyway, so like,
well, it's too much work.
It's like, thank you so much for thinking so highly of me that I could even try to cheat. But yeah, you know,
that and just like. I mean, I don't know. There's just a lot of work involved. Like we've got this conversation. I was there before in my life, and but nowadays it's just I don't know. Priorities change, obviously. So
yeah,
I don't know.
But I think like you know, Blanca, my wife, she's not really a camper. She's not. She doesn't love the outdoors, and she's like, one time she's like, "Why do you like in the RV? Like, why do you like this? Because we're pretty much just like at home, just somewhere else." I'm like, "Well, babe." When I'm at home, even if I'm lazy and I'm not doing anything, I'm thinking about all the things
what do I got to do
that I should be doing. And then I'm feeling guilty and getting worked up over not doing it.
Exactly.
When you don't have that, you don't think about it. Yeah. Like if I'm not at home, then I can't do it anyway. Like, so it's like, you know, we just shoot a shotgun. And,
well, like when we went hunting, turkey hunting, me and Tom we found out easily we're not hunters. We like to hunt, and
we're hunters in the way that we're fishermen.
we suck.
We try, and we have all the equipment.
Yeah. we give it our best shot.
We just don't get anything, and that's okay.
You know, what'd you say at the story about? What'd you say at the story about losing?
What did I say?
Because I was going to try. If you don't try, you won't know, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
You know
what the fuck did I say?
Something about losing, but basically. You know, we tried, we lost.
It's a loser's game.
It's a loser game.
If I lose, I lose. If I win, I lose. It's fine.
It's the same.
I lose either way. So it's all good.
Glass half full.
Yeah, glass half empty all the time.
Whatever. Something like that. Anyway, but no, I think for men, like, I don't know, I'm not going to talk for all men, and maybe I will, but
yeah, man,
I think a majority of men, like, we need to decompress and we need our time away.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important to even if our day's not filled with just the kids on us all day,
Right.
we're still dealing with work. We're still dealing with the stresses of things around the house, just, trying to keep the family afloat or doing something. Because I don't know, for me, like I keep a lot of stuff, not, I guess, bottled, but like my stresses, I kind of keep to myself sometimes.
Yeah.
You
try to protect everybody else from it.
Yeah. So I'll take that burden on, but sometimes, it gets overwhelming. So I have to like go outside and decompress.
Right.
Or sometimes what I do is I go outside and I'll just shoot the babasketball by myself.
Yeah.
And for me, this
is
okay.
the stuff that's the reality. Like, and I think to the point I was getting with earlier with like thinking about this stuff, it's the same way in a relationship.
Yeah.
If you're around the other person, and it's great to be around the other person. I'm not saying it like I don't.
Sometimes you need your time away. It's important.
But I think some time away is good from time to time. Like every couple needs, men and women, in a healthy relationship. It's good to have a little distance from time to time. You can't be married for 80 years
and just be around each other every
all
day,
the time,
every goddamn waking hour.
I mean, like it's just a reality. Like if you can get away, then you don't have to worry about what you're doing or not doing or whatever, and they don't. In that case,
I think for like relationships to work, really, I think both sides need to realize that. Like,
both sides need to realize, like,
we both need our time and our space, and we need this moment away.
Well, I think the healthiest thing that comes out of that is when you realize what that other person does for you. Like, undoubtedly, in a healthy relationship, at the end of that trip, they're going to realize you being gone, what they miss about you, like all the things that you do, because they're not
like, damn, I just realized I don't need you in my life.
And that could happen too, I suppose.
No, I know, I'm just kidding.
On the other side too, I mean, like,
you're right.
You always end up missing them. You miss the kids. Like you're ready to get back when you go back.
You are, because it is weird once it's like, obviously, like if you're in a house full of kids, like I'm. It gets crazy at the house for me.
It's just nice to be away from that for a while.
But then when I'm away from it, it's just weird because it's quiet.
Right.
And it's nice, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck, man, I kind of miss the noise. So I know when I'm like, have no kids, that's going to be weird. It's going to be nice, but it's going to be weird.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Some adjusting.
Oh, hell yes. 100%. Like 100%.
Do you feel like the narrative around these questions are sometimes still viewed in like kind of the old school view?
Oh, yeah.
Like where the dads are just shitholes that go to work and like don't care about their family.
I think so. I think that's still part of it. I
want a woman's perspective on this too, because like, I mean, I know that my view's not accurate, I
want to see how women view it when a guy's do, want to do that.
But
do they think
I don't see the world the way that often I'm told the world is in that regard.
Well, and I
don't know if it's
this is something I've always got. I think men and women are always going to see the world different. We're never going to see the world exactly the same, right? And so I think it would be cool to have a woman's perspective on that, because what if like they think we're doing this because we want to get away from them and we can't stand them, and they're you're just ignoring me, you hate us,
right?
When in reality, it's not none of that. I love you guys, and I'm doing this because I need this for me, because this is going to help my mind and me just.
Do you think there's a different expectation around, like if your girl or girls in general wanted to take a girl's trip, is that viewed differently than men taking a guy's trip? Or is it not viewed differently?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't really know.
I think for me, I don't view it any different.
I don't. And I don't think Blanca does, because we've both kind of done. Like you and I have gone out.
But I don't know if is it because we're older and that's why we don't view it?
I wonder. I do wonder. Maybe youth, like,
I don't know,
would make it different, probably.
Do I think that maybe women or men even think that it's different? Like they see stuff on TV.
Right.
They go on these, women trips. It's just, that's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? They view something because they see it on TV, like guy trip. Oh, they're going to a strip club. They're going to.
The last place I want to be is a fucking strip club at this point. I'm not even kidding. I have zero interest in a strip club.
And I know there's a lot of guys that really love the strip club.
And that's great.
And that's awesome. I'm too cheap for one.
I'm cheap.
I've been to the strip club a couple times. And I just didn't. It's just not my thing.
Like, I'm going to stare at you because I have to. and I'm not even anti like naked ladies.
Oh no, I'm not like
You know,
anti. It's just not my. It's not my scene.
It's not mine either. I don't know, and it's great for those that it is. But like, if I'm gonna do a guys trip, I want to go like take the RV out somewhere near a golf course and like do a golf weekend.
Dude, I'll do that. Or
like,
I'll go as far as even. I don't mind bar hopping and like that kind of stuff's cool with me too. You know, just hanging out, chilling, playing video games. That's
right.
I'm cool with that too.
Right.
But I think last on my list would be the strip club. To be honest with you, like in all honesty, that's down here.
If I had like a
going to like a
party,
concert or something, that'd be badass.
And the guys were like, "We're going to the strip club." I'd be like,
"No, I wouldn't want that."
All right, you know, like pretend that you're.
I wouldn't want.
I don't know. Club. I just like
for me.
I think I've been to one strip club. I was with Blanca at the time. We went to a strip club, and I was
you and her went. Oh, that's cool. Me and Blanca, me and Alicia talked about going,
we did.
She's never gone
with her. Like she was hanging out with the guy Danny at the time, like a good friend, and we've both become friends with him. And so we all three went down there just for something to do, and it was back to when we were dating, and it was I don't know. It was just like, weird. It was all right. Yeah, you know, like whatever. Like it's an experience, but it wasn't something that I was like, oh, this is awesome.
So I went to a strip club with a buddy of mine.
Yeah.
Because it was, you know, like a bachelor party, and I get that.
Yeah.
But there was a guy with us, and I think I've told this story. I don't remember. But anyway, you guys got to hear it again. So I was a sober one. So I got to see, from sober eyes, these guys that were just wasted. And it's hilarious. Yeah. Like, majority of the guys were fine. You know, throw, some ones here and there. Nothing crazy. But there was one guy that got stupid wasted. He got Jesse wasted, we'll say. He passed out at on the bar, and so I took him to the car, whatever. Okay. Let him fall asleep in there.
Yeah.
And this other guy, though, and he was, I don't know if he was single or not, but he went back to the, to get lap dances, private lap dance.
Right.
Dude wasted. Dude had to waste like $400 or $500 doing that. It blew my mind because I was like, how I would hesitate to spend $20, right?
Right. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'm going to buy a prostitute and get a blowjob. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kidding. I've never done that. Whoa. What's going on with
it's loose. But no. So yeah, if I'm gonna spend $400 or $500, dude, I'm getting some new tools.
Right.
You know, maybe I don't have the PS5 at that time. I'm gonna try to get that shit. You know, like that's where my money's going to. When I waste money, it's
if it's gonna be $400 or $500,
I'm 40 years old. My money still gets wasted.
I'm paying off a bill.
Yeah.
I paid down my tax debt.
Bills are paid. Or
my kids are getting some school clothes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I waste my money on my kids and my wife. Occasionally, I'll buy me a video game.
Sure.
Because that's what I like.
Yeah,
like in the movies. I love going to the movies. Yeah. I'm going to hang out with a couple of my buddies.
Yeah.
We're going to the movies together to go watch Top Gun. See, and that's what I mean. Like, this is not something I normally ever do.
Right.
And so I just told Lisa, like, hey, are you cool with, I asked, make sure that's cool. Because sometimes, it could be a movie we both want to see together. So she's like, oh, no, that's fine. Go ahead. All right. We're going to the movies at 10.
Yeah. In the morning?
Late. No.
Oh, at 9. Oh, shit. I'd be falling asleep.
No, 9:50.
I would I'd probably be asleep before the end of it. No matter what movie it was.
See, no, I'm an owl. I'm a night owl most of the time.
I used to be. If I'm sitting,
I
guarantee you I'm falling asleep.
No, I won't.
I'm turning into my friggin' parents. But
if I was drinking a lot, yes.
Oh, sober as a skunk.
No, I'm saying for me, that's how I'd fall asleep at a movie.
Yeah,
but I'm between two guys where I'm sitting. I'm gonna lay on his shoulder.
I'm in a guy sandwich over here.
No, I'm just playing. How funny. Fuck.
Should look at both and choose which one you want to roast her head off.
He got some nice shoulders.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even know.
I should fuck with one of them though. Put my hand on his leg.
Didn't we go to a movie? We went to a family movie.
We've a few times.
Of us. One of them, I slept through the whole fucking thing.
Oh yeah, it was Peter Rabbit.
I want to say
it was Peter Rabbit. You and Blanca.
First scene, And then I remember the lights coming back on.
See, I'll watch the movie because I'm spending my money.
I know. I was
We're being Alicia looking.
fuck. I woke up and like I was laughing, but I was like, fuck. We spent like $30 on those tickets to sleep. It was a good sleep.
I mean, I could have. I'll take the kids next time.
I would pay $30 for a good sleep.
And
over
this
a
wasn't
lap
at.
dance.
And
really
by the way, this wasn't 10 o'clock at night when we watched this movie.
Oh, it's probably like 11 a.m. I mean, it was like it was a
matinee.
Decent daytime movie.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I think it was Peter Rabbit. I don't know. It was some movie.
You're totally right because I remember like 3 scenes in Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
And it was not the greatest movie.
It wasn't. I didn't.
So
really
I
care
don't
for
think
it.
I really missed much.
No,
but,
you didn't.
you know. Oh, we watched
Rabbit.
Chip and Dale today. Rescue Rangers, the movie. It was fantastic.
Really?
It really was. It was really for our age group. They fucking had Stan Marsh's dad, Randy Marsh, in it.
Oh.
They pull on so many like of our generation stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I don't know.
It's on Disney Plus, right?
A couple of years older than me. So like, did
No,
you
I
watch
love
Chip and Dale?
Oh,
Rescue
Chip and
Rangers?
Dale's Rescue Rangers.
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing. Oh, bro. Don't even start.
Fucking
Tailspin.
Tailspin. DuckTales. All those references.
I killed those.
They had all that stuff. And then like, so the bad guy goes to like a Russian bathhouse and they're like doing the cool like overshot where they're going over all the rooms and stuff. Yeah. Randy Marsh is just chilled in a hot tub with like, that's all you see. It's just him sitting in a hot tub with like some other guy. And they're all supposed to be like these criminals. It's fat. It was awesome.
Did all the kids watch it?
Oh, yeah, but it was like clean. So the kids would never know.
Well, no, I'm just like, wondering if they watched it because I watched it.
No, all of us watched it.
I was a little hesitant just because it's like,
well, it's Andy Samberg and what's his name? He's super funny.
I like Andy Samberg.
The guy that's he's blown up lately. Like he's all over the place and he's funny and he always talks like this.
Oh yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He's a Santa Claus. He wears the suit.
Yeah, he's a very clean cut guy. John Mulaney is the other voice.
Dude, he's fucking hilarious.
Well, you're gonna like it then. Chip
have you ever watched his stand-up?
Rescue Rangers? Yeah, he talked about when his friends had a party and it turned out to be an intervention.
Yeah,
because I was doing a lot of blow.
Yeah, John Mulaney is so great.
I'm what you call a drug addict.
So, and I need my buddy Anthony, and I think that's going to be our next guest because I've been telling him from the get that he'd be on here, and I need to get him on here. If you see him, he reminds me of John Mulaney.
Okay,
because he has that look. He looks like.
Is he going to wear a suit?
I should make him wear.
We should probably force him to wear a suit.
I should.
Yeah, let's reach out to him and see if he can come on next week, and then we'll get Joel on after that.
I could get him on.
If Joel's still interested.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to another place, but no, yeah. Anyway, we'll get into that later. But Chip and Dale's, yeah, that looks. I seen it. And I was a little like,
no, it like so the beginning of the movie.
You know, I'm not used to the CGI Chip and Dale's.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or not CG, but like the animation.
Address that. They address that. He gets a procedure to become CGI'd.
Oh God!
So great. It's like he's in Hollywood, like getting a surgery. It's everything they did with it.
Great.
I was impressed. Like I going into it, it's like let's watch. I'm like, oh great, Family Day. Hey, I laughed hard at several points.
I cried.
Like. They live in these tiny
I did some
houses. Blow. Yeah, I laughed, I cried, I whacked off. And no, that would be really weird.
Chip and Dale's. Anyway. We're on Chip and Dale's, buddy.
You remember the chick? But like the entire cast was in it.
That's cool.
Of the Rescue Rangers.
God, I gotta watch that.
The theme song.
I love.
They make fun of like how those movies always go. Like it's very much for adults, even though kids enjoy it.
That's what I like about some movies.
But more so than others. Like, you know, other movies, they'll throw little tidbits in. The kids entirely are tricked to think it's for them. They're engaged the whole time, but every joke and every little nuance is all for the adults.
That's cool.
The entire plot is really for the adults.
That's what,
it's hysterical.
We took the kids to go watch Sonic. And Elena, it was her second time.
Ugly Sonic is in it. The fucked up Sonic that they canceled.
Yeah.
He's in it as a character.
That's awesome.
No joke.
The crackhead looking
and they keep slowing it
Sonic
down and focusing in on his teeth.
Meth head Sonic.
Yes.
He looks so fucking. I was so glad they fixed him.
No joke.
We watched Sonic, and I actually really enjoyed Sonic.
Sonic was great. Well, I mean, if you cast Jim Carrey. If you cast politician, it's going to be a good movie.
Yeah.
No, Jim Carrey, if you cast him, like, it's going to be pretty good.
I invented the internet. Isn't that who it is?
Yeah. No. Wait.
Was he?
Was it him or John?
No.
Al Gore. Al Gore invented the internet.
Yeah. That's the
Thank God for Al Gore. Without him, we would not have internet.
Yeah. Thanks, military.
In fairness, he invented dial-up.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Right.
I'm sure.
He didn't invent Zipley.
Well, I think the military got us on that one. I don't know who invented the internet, but I think the military had been using like not internet, but
servers or whatever.
Yeah, they've been using like intercommunications the way they did for like years.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, I don't know the history, but I know Al Gore wasn't involved.
I was super involved in saving the planet.
But no, I thought Sonic's good. I thought my favorite was Idris Elba. He was the Knuckles.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably my favorite fucking character.
Yeah.
He was so an idiot.
Elliot was so excited for Knuckles, too.
Knuckles was awesome.
He was like, oh, Knuckles! At the end of the first movie when they kind of do like the little, like, what do you call it? Not spoiler, but like...
the after...
what do they call that?
The
like
post-credit scenes.
Right?
Yeah,
like
they do a little post-credit. Yeah.
And he was like, oh, Knuckles!
Did you watch the post-credit on these ones?
I think so.
Yeah,
I just don't remember. I don't have a good memory.
Yeah.
So I don't.
No, it was good. I enjoyed the movie.
Well, if you enjoyed that, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, it is all check it out. You. It's just so funny.
There is, since we're on the subject of movies, there's a movie, and I haven't checked it out yet, but I've been seeing it all over the fucking place, and I'm gonna have to talk to Brian because this is his realm. Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
I saw the post today.
I want to see it.
Where he's a serial killer.
Him and Piglet go on a fucking murder spree.
This is going to be A, funny as hell, and B, possibly terrifying.
It looks
I think
terrifying.
It's going to be great. I think it's going to be
They
awesome.
show Winnie the Pooh like in a Winnie Pooh hat and stuff.
I don't my fucking care if it's a horrible movie.
I don't know.
I will watch it.
I'm going to push this button because I don't know what it
Go for it.
No, that's not the one. I almost... My mind's good. That's my mind's going to be blown. Watch it be so, I feel like it's going to be so good.
I think it has so much potential.
And they said Eeyore's going to have not a good scene, apparently. I don't know. Eeyore's probably going to blow his brains out.
Are they going to be cartoons?
No, so it looks like Winnie the Pooh, but like a human Winnie the Pooh. So he has the Winnie the Pooh, the face, but it's not as cartoony, obviously, but it's like Winnie the Pooh
like wear a mask.
But I think it's Winnie the Pooh and shit. Yeah.
Wow.
I want to see it.
That Piglet. Could actually be insanely cool. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's totally worth it. I would buy a ticket for it.
I don't know. I don't know if it's on a streaming thing or if it's going in the theaters.
There is not a lot of detail in that article.
Like, are you kidding me?
And if it's not real, then somebody's better fucking make it real because that shit will sell.
Winnie the Pooh.
Fucking Winnie the Pooh.
Do you think he takes out Christopher Robin?
No, Christopher Robin. I'm not happy today. Why don't you go down to the basement? I have something to show you, Christopher Robin.
Got some honey for you.
Oh, you
do you think Tigger's going to be in it?
Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus Christ. You just killed somebody.
What are you doing?
I'm hopping away. Get back here, you fucking bitch.
I know. Fuck. I want to see it.
Tigger, that you fucking tell us all. Oh, that'd be great.
Fucking Piglet and Winnie.
Fucking Eeyore.
And Piglet looks like crazy because he looks like at least the pig I seen, it looks like a warthog pig though.
Well, that would be creepier than little fucking Piglet.
Piglet would be creepy.
But aren't even like warthogs are born like little piglets. They're cute, right? They're not all like hairy.
Do they got the little tusks?
Buck horns.
They got the little tusks.
So. They have itty bitty tusks. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. Because like pigs, if you like just release pigs, don't they become like wild fucking boars? That's what happened like in the Southwest where we have like all those like wild boars. They were pigs that were released
and then just
by
grew
the Spanish,
tusks,
and then they
though?
just went fucking wild.
I mean, but do they get tusks?
Yeah, they start
know.
growing hair and get tusks. They just
I don't
they
know.
know that they're in the wild.
Like, fuck it.
I think we
evolve.
kill our pigs before they get to that point,
dude. So story time. When I was a kid, when I was growing up in Nevada, there was this petting zoo that was, I can't recall where it was. It was outside of Vegas. But it's a petting zoo in the middle of the fucking desert.
Sure. Great idea.
I got attacked by geese, right? Because there's this
geese
little
are
machine,
fucking mean. Yep.
like a candy machine,
Yep.
but
for geese food. Yeah. And they know that you're going to feed them.
It fucking attacked me. But anyway, I remember walking by and there was a pig, right, where you can pet, and it was to me to this day biggest pig I've ever seen.
Right.
Obviously,
they're fucking huge.
I'm 7, so to me it's probably
so you're like
big as this
JJ
table.
size.
Yeah, I go to touch this pig and it makes the biggest like little snort and like squeals. Fucking scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah,
I fucking fell
to this day. You fucking hate pigs.
I hate pigs. That's why I love bacon.
Every time you eat bacon, you imagine it's that fucking pig.
Fucking pig.
Does it piss you off that being in a petting zoo, it probably never got butchered?
I'm sure it got butchered. I don't know. It's fucking. I want to know what this thing ate. I want to know where this was because, I mean, it was pretty deserty back when I was growing up. Yeah. Like,
I remember like
in the project area, I grew up in the like housing authority area. It was like my place, and it was like shitty looking.
Yeah.
And then it was just desert high school. Now I went back. They made that area look a little nicer. Like they redid all the little houses right there. And then, but there's just nothing but houses around everywhere.
Oh, I'll bet. It's probably like here, huh?
Oh,
like every little space is being bought up and developed. Sure. Yeah.
But I want to know if this petting zoo is around still.
You know what's funny? And I remember when I was like a kid, old enough to I got the box DVD set of the first season of South Park.
Oh, okay.
And they do intros to the episodes, Matt Stone and Trey Parker. And they have one of their little like skits that they're doing as they're introducing these episodes. It's making bacon with Macon, which is their pig they named Macon.
Oh no.
And so they make bacon and they feed it to this pig.
Oh my
like
God,
it's
cannibal.
A cooking show. And they're smiling as the pig is like eating the shit out of this bacon.
Even pigs love bacon. That's that sells.
Everybody loves fucking bacon. Even if you love pigs, you gotta love bacon.
Everybody loves bacon.
If you took a vegetarian or a vegan and you were evil and you strapped them to a table and you force fed them bacon, they would not be vegan anymore.
They would love it.
They'd hate themselves. It'd be like giving a crackhead a hit.
What if you told them this is vegan? This is
vegan bacon.
This is bacon.
Can you imagine if you just bought a bunch of pigs, slaughtered them, sold the bacon as vegan bacon?
God,
you would make so much money. But if you worded it right, no one would sue you because I said right on the label, bacon.
I didn't say it was vegan.
Yeah.
I said it might appeal to vegans.
I never said it was vegan. My commercial did. Why are you suing me?
You better sue the advertising company.
Yeah. That's okay. First of all, countersuit. Okay. Defamation, character assassination, and liability. You're going down.
So we got a business. We're scammers.
We're going to totally kill pigs and make real bacon.
I don't know if I could kill a pig.
I couldn't either. They're so sweet. They're so supposed to be like dogs. Like, can you imagine it's like wagging its little tail?
Can you imagine?
And then you, all right, butcher it up.
Or can you imagine you're at home and you got your pig in your house and he jumps on your lap? Fucking big ass fuck you. That's a lot of weight. Rex sounds like a pig. He was eating some food yesterday. And that's how Beans sounded. God, that dog just reminds me of Beans.
Yeah, he's like a reincarnate, which he literally could be from the time frame, it sounds like.
Yeah, Beans died 3 months ago. He's 3 months old.
Yeah.
I thought it would be weird. What if he was from the same litter somehow? The bloodline of Beans?
He could be.
I don't know where Beans was from. He's from Yakima at one point, but
Rex could have been from Yakima.
Could have been.
The guy that had him was a construction worker that did not want him. I've never seen somebody hand the dog over so fast. You got anything you want us to take for him? Nope.
Yeah, he didn't want to eat.
Nothing. He didn't say goodbye. He just showed the dog out. Thank you guys so much.
He didn't even let you keep the kennel?
He was trying to get. I don't think he had one. I don't even know. I get it for this guy's sake. Like at the time, I'm like, oh my god, jeez. After being around this dog, if this guy's working all the time, the poor dog was like in an apartment by himself all day long on a construction worker's schedule.
Poor pup.
And then for 3 months of his little life, and that's a little boxer puppy. He started out probably this big when the guy got him. I'm sure.
So cute.
Oh, he's a little. And the guy probably was like, his little heart was pounding, like, oh, this puppy. And then after a while, if you kick him in the nuts every day, he's like,
the
fuck this
puppy's
shit.
not so little right now.
Someone's got to get rid of this fucking.
He's kind of big right now.
He's not tiny.
He's not tiny.
No, not tiny at all.
He's very energetic.
Literally get kicked in the nuts on the daily, at least once a day.
I haven't got hit in the nuts because I'll like.
Good for you.
He'll get frustrated because he wants to play, and I'm like, I don't want him to jump on me. I'm trying to. I know he's not ours yet, but I'm trying to at least show him that
it's good. I do the jump. Caesar Milan now. I just like do the little neck grab and say no, and he's starting to get it. But I'm just like, fuck, dude.
That's what we do.
He's just like, I think I was the guy that took him at first, so he's just insanely into me right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he loves you,
and he wants to like be. In a non-sexual way, like inside me. It's like
he's a boxer.
He just can't hug tight enough. If I'm petting him, it's just not close enough.
Dude, if I would have let Beans, so we had a boxer, he's full grown, so obviously.
Sweet. Yeah, I love Beans.
He would have, if I would have let him, he would have sat on my lap all the time.
Oh yeah.
Because he
that
just thought
tail wagging.
He thought he was just
all big dogs think they're lap dogs. And as a kid who was a big kid, I get it. Before you're even like mentally prepared to be over that phase, you're too big for it.
Yeah.
So like you're treated differently because of your
big
size.
Fucker, get the fuck off.
But like, so really, Beans is just this little baby.
Yeah.
But he couldn't be a baby anymore, so he still needed that. But he couldn't get it because he's fucking big.
He's so big, dude. So what he'd do, he'd come over and he'd place his whole big old head right on your lap. He'd go. And then he'd have his little jowls. Then you'd leave and you would just have this gooey stuff on your leg because of his.
What's so weird about boxers? This is like gross and weird.
They get little boners.
I have to say it. No. If you look at their jowl skin, it looks like the fucking like labia of a pussy.
Oh, gross! Like a gross one.
Like,
I
look
get
at it though. It's like I'm
gonna look at it and be like,
no, come here, Rex. No, just joking. We're fostering. Never, ever. That's
no. No, the little Rex be getting little Rex boners though,
and his balls have been cut.
Hey,
like, dude, put that shit away.
Max, we have our dog Max.
Does he still pop a boner?
I don't notice. He still humps stuff.
Harvey didn't until Rex is around, and Rex, he had his balls, and he was like at that age, like he's moving. Yeah. So Rex started humping. So now Harvey's humping everything, but Harvey doesn't do anything. He'll be next to Joni, and it's the creepiest thing. He'll just like air hump by her.
No, so Max, what he would do, Beans would be like laying down, and all of a sudden Max would be like,
"Yeah."
I'm like, Max, bro, get off him. Or like, what really happened is sometimes Beans would be like play fighting with Millie when we had her.
Yeah.
And then Max is like, advantage. And then he was like, boom. And he was just start, I'm like humping Beans on the leg. Beans,
not Millie, the girl dog.
No, he tried to do Millie too.
Millie was just meaner, probably.
No, Beans just was like, what the fuck ever. But we'd always be like, hey, get off her. Or get
Beans
off
was
him.
An equal opportunity humper.
And then he would always lick Beans' wiener and stuff. It was funny, but I'm like, Max, bro, calm down. Put it away. He's just a horny little dog.
I guess so.
A little Maltese. Horniest dog ever.
Ours is a girl. She's very sweet and innocent.
Yeah, she's a good dog.
Man, she got
a good girl.
The shit rocked out of her last weekend. We had to take her to the emergency vet. $2,000 later, she's on the mend. Acts like nothing ever happened to her. She didn't learn one fucking thing from that whole event.
That's dogs for you.
God damn. Apparently she was like shaking like a rag doll.
I would hate to see that.
I did not see it. I was inside prepping food.
I'd be kicking another
Luckily,
dog's ass.
They did, I think. They're like panicked trying to like get it to drop her, and luckily she did. But and I felt horrible about the whole thing.
I'm sure you're like they felt pretty.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't good, and we were like the ones that were like, I'll bring her over. So it was a relative, and she had a dog that they adopted, and they loved her, and they wanted her to work, and.
You can't blame. I mean, there's no one to blame really in that situation.
No, it's just a bad situation. We really thought the dog's going to come over. It's going to be like new territory.
Yeah.
And she's not going to be as aggressive because it's not her territory. And there's like a pack here already.
There's like 57 dogs here.
She is an alpha and she didn't fucking care. Like Cupcake ran up. She grabbed her, shook her like a rag doll. My wife took her to the vet. She got stitches.
I wonder what would happen if Beans was around.
I don't know.
Beans seemed like the sweetest dog, but like he would fuck dogs up. Like he would never fight dogs, but there was a dog that came in our yard.
If there was an aggressive dog, he would.
Oh yeah, a dog came in our yard and tried to be aggressive, and then Beans was like came to the wrong yard.
Well, I tell you, like Bia, who we're looking after now, she's our other foster. The first foster we had, she is a husky. She's a husky and a German Shepherd.
She's a husky and a wolf.
So between those two things, like she is the sweetest soul dog in the whole earth. I mean, she's just like our Joni, who is a total pushover. Like not total betas.
Well, no, you said she barked finally, but
she did finally bark. But man, one time she bared her teeth. In play even, but like bared her teeth at another dog. Scariest fucking moment of my life.
Nah.
I was going to take a toy from her and she wouldn't have bit me if I would have taken it. She would have let me completely. Now that I know her well, at that point I'd known her like 3 days. She looked so scared. I was like, oh, hey, okay.
Okay. You can have the toy.
You can have whatever the fuck you want.
What else? You want me to make you some steak?
Like
I got you.
Wolf. I mean, I was like, whoa.
She's very beautiful dog.
She's gorgeous. She's majestic. I would call her fucking majestic.
You know? Yeah, she has very beautiful.
She has black tips on her outer coat, and then it goes into this like deep I don't even know how to say it. Like she's got cream colors. She's got like tans and browns.
So she looks black and tan to me.
She's black.
I don't
black
see
and Latino, and
I don't see like
wonderful
the different shades.
Okay,
so I see like the black tips, like you said, and then she's tan.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
But I don't see like the different. So I don't see the different colors. I'm colorblind with like greens, browns, reds.
Such a mix of different.
So speaking of color, is I guess Rex ate some of our dog's food yesterday because I was watching him on Thursday. So yesterday. And they said he threw up and it was green and stuff. I'm like,
well, Blanca was saying like
blue, and then so you said green.
At the most, it was green. What it is, I think your kibble has some, some kibble comes in like 3 colors that are all toned.
Like I said, I'm colorblind. So to me, all dog food has been brown.
Yeah.
So when they told me there's green, I was like, whatever. Right. That's what my initial thought. I was like, it's green, whatever. We gave him a dog treat. That's what was green.
Yeah.
And then I go, Alicia, what color is his dog food? Because I took the kids over to the house, and then I took Rex, before I came over here. I was like, what color is his dog food? She's like, well, it's brown and green. There's green in there. She's like, I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. I was like, and I threw it on her. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was like, really? I was like, yeah, that's what Tom and them said. Rex do have some green. I was like, I never thought there was green. Obviously, I always ask the kids, what's this color?
Right. Dad doesn't know his colors.
I know. Well, browns and greens, they really look a lot alike sometimes to me.
It makes sense.
And even red.
Green is mixed into brown and red's mixed into brown. So
when they're really like next to each other.
Would you ever buy those glasses that like correct the color?
I would if they worked. But if I remembered correctly, it makes you take a survey to see if you qualify. And I think my colorblindness didn't work for it.
So what is it that causes the color blindness?
I'm not a doctor, bro. You're asking the wrong guy.
Mr. Jesse.
Dr. Barber.
It's got to be something with the way that like your lens takes it in or something.
Maybe. Right? So, I'm not racist. I'm colorblind.
You're the least racist person on earth because you literally are colorblind.
No, but I don't know what it is. I don't know. And who knows? Maybe the way I took that test, it would work.
Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, it wouldn't. But we're about an hour and 3 minutes in.
Good. All right. That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
I tried to do that.
I do have one more thing I'll bring up here in a second.
Yeah. And I actually had something.
Okay, go. You can go ahead because I brought something up first.
Well, no, it's okay.
Look at this, just being all buddies.
Well, I was just. Mine's going to end up being more serious. So.
I think mine's kind of serious too.
Well, this kind of goes on to the mental health and some big issues going on right now.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Yeah. Mine is. So we'll just do mine. Mine can be quick.
Go for it.
Because we had touched on bullying.
Yes.
And so I'll bring that up. But anyway, colorblind. I'm going to take the test again to see if I qualify.
Yeah.
Because I did have some sunglasses back in my days as fenced installing. So we mark the ground with this spray, like a pink spray or whatever. And there was certain grounds I couldn't really see the spray. And Gabe would always he would do something so I could see it better. So I could dig, okay, this is the X marks the spot. But I had these glasses one time. It had this certain kind of lens, but I was able to see it. I called them my colorblind glasses because I could see that very bright.
It has something to do with.
So it was really cool.
Yeah,
because I would see the pink. It would be neon almost to me. It was weird, but anyway, that's all I had left. But my question is, and I saw this. I heard this on the Kid Craddock show, and it kind of made me think about bullying.
Good people. Good people. I like the Kid Craddock show.
And the question is, so say you're with with your family or whatever, and you see a kid, and not necessarily bullying your kid, just bullying another kid. Obviously you go over there and say something if you see if the other kid's uncomfortable, right? But B, would you then in turn try to find that bully's parents and tell them your kid's being a dick? Or do you just
I'm not gonna
let it
lie,
would you let it slide? Do you know what I mean? Or would you just be like, okay, you'd make sure this other kid's protected, but you wouldn't say nothing to the parents of that other kid?
Teacher, I think I just don't care as much anymore. Let me explain that a little bit because that's going to sound bad.
He doesn't care about bullying.
I really care about the bullying aspect.
Yeah.
What I don't care is if a parent gets pissed. At this point. So my take is usually I'll just call the kid out in front of the parents.
Okay.
And say, hey, you need to stop that. That's not okay.
Yeah, I think Alicia does that.
And it kind of puts the parent in the position you really should have stopped this yourself and you're not. No, I am. And it's really awkward to tell another adult that you're pissed.
Well, so what if your kid, the adult doesn't know their kid's even a bully either? You know what I mean?
If they're in front of me and I'm saying, knock it off, you're being a jackass and you need to stop. Then they kind of figure it out. I should probably be more direct with the adult.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
I don't know. The reason I bring that up is because I guess a situation like that occurred within the show.
Yeah.
And
was it JC?
Yeah. He said he didn't. He's like, man, I was just worried about the kid that was being bullied, so I kind of I friended him and was just being friends with him and making sure he was okay.
Yeah.
And I let and he let the other kid know, like, hey, that's not cool, man.
Yeah.
But he's like, should I have told the parents? Because I don't know if this kid, what if he lives in a situation where he'll get his, basically get rocked for it.
I don't really care anymore.
You know what I mean?
Honestly.
Like, what if he's abused in a sense where it's like abuse in an abusive household?
9 times out of 10, I think kids that are
that's
like that actually come from households where they just are either exposed to we're better than other people or the parents just don't care.
Yeah. And that's what I thought. And that's what I thought. So that was my question. Like, and I know I would say something to the kid, but maybe I would just be his little snitch. Hey, man, your kid's being a dick, bro. I know Alicia would be like, hey, motherfucker. Yeah. She wouldn't say motherfucker, but she would be like, Alicia, she would. And if they were bullying one of even if they were like Elliot, if they bullied Elliot, anybody that's close to her, I feel bad for that kid because mama is coming.
I felt kind of bad one time years ago before I had perfected my craft. I was at a middle school in the area. It was a rougher middle school. And I was with the life skills kids. Okay. They're kids with severe disabilities. Yeah. And there was a kid, like, he looked like your typical kid.
Yeah.
He looked like he functioned well, but he had like cognitive issues.
Okay.
So he's going out to recess, and this kid was like being a total dick. He like obviously had latched onto this kid for whatever reason and would just kind of mouth off.
Yeah.
Well, I was the adult walking with this kid. So I looked at him and I was like pissed. I just like, my blood was boiling. And I walked up to that kid and I'm like, do you think this is funny? Do you think it's funny to make fun of like a kid that's just walking down the sidewalk? He's like, oh, well, no, like I ain't doing that. I go, well, first of all, and this is where I kind of screwed up. I go, first of all, ain't isn't a word. So you've got some learning that you need to do. Well, but he was being such a fucking dick about this kid being like,
you were younger, obviously.
Yeah, but I was so fucking pissed. I'm just like, first of all, you're not so fucking smart yourself, you little fucking dick.
Yeah,
I didn't say that, but that's kind of where I was going.
I wonder I wonder if he's ever did that again. Though.
One of the principals walked up, and I was like, oh fuck, I think I fucked up. She's like, you need to go to my office.
To you?
No, to the kid.
Oh,
and then she like was like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And I was like, Jesus, I probably just like really fucked myself up. She still likes me to this day.
Wow.
So I'm like, I think I was okay.
No, you probably.
I don't think I looked as mean as I felt like I looked. I just was like, I'm like, you don't make fun of a kid.
That actually goes back to last week. I think it goes back to the fact that at that time in your life, you weren't that guy, right? You weren't a dick. You were always like, the nice guy.
I was way too nice back then.
You're not like you're an asshole now, but
but like I'm confident now.
Yeah, you're confident.
I wasn't confident back then.
Yeah. So you bust out a character. You almost felt like you were attacking the
like
kid
it was
more
wrong. Right.
Yeah, more of an attack than just like.
Which it really wasn't. It was just like, boy, kid, you fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm mad.
Well, I mean, and I think that's why you probably felt the way you did.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm a doctor.
Well, that changes my whole life.
No, but anyway, that was my bully question, though. What I think I kind of know where you're going to go with yours, but
yeah,
I'll listen.
You see my notes?
No, actually, I see Mister.
Oh no, that was actually a whole other movie, but I don't think I'm going to get into that.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the violence that's happened lately.
Oh yeah, the violence has been crazy.
We talk a lot about mental health.
We do,
and I have a really interesting question. In law, mental health and mentally insane are two different things.
True.
My question about these fucking 18-year-old kids that keep shooting up people for ridiculous reasons.
Idiots.
They're not mentally nuts. They're not mentally insane.
Yeah.
But their behavior is fucking crazy.
It is. Do you think they have like mental health issues? Do you think any of them
have to?
Do you think any more on like medication? Has that ever come out?
I doubt they're on medication because they're not managing.
Well, one of them's no longer with us. But.
So one of the kids was fucking racist as hell.
Yeah,
this 18-year-old kid
there. Well, no, they're both POSs. What am I talking about? They're both crappy.
Of that kid is like, what experiences have you had with black people that you're so enraged?
Well,
you feel vindicated that at 18 years old you know enough that you need to just go kill these people.
Well, I think my thing too is like I think the thing I don't understand about racism is how someone can have that thought process where like I'm better, my whiteness or my Mexican, I don't know, whatever it is better than you, when it's like that's not how it is. It's like, I know people say, we bleed the same blood, which we do, but like obviously we're all treated a little different based on. But so I don't understand how kids. Well, that kid
are like, had to have been raised with it. First of all, it had to have been a situation where like he'd heard this racist shit from his grandpa and his dad, and he was just entrenched in it.
I went to school with a kid that I think was not.
The kid you had to kick the shit out of?
Yeah. I don't think he was like, obviously, I'm going to shoot the school up racist.
But he was just like your normal run-of-the-mill racist. Right?
He was a little punk. Yeah. Had his mohawk, and he was just racist towards me because I was Mexican. Yeah. I used to wear this Hoya's sweater. Yeah. I had my gold chain. I had my hair slicked back then. And I was the quiet kid.
I can tell you what it was. He was jealous that you could slick your hair back because kids like me.
I look like fucking, what is his name? I had the vampire. I look like vampire.
Eddie Munster?
Yeah.
I was going to make a joke right there. Yeah, like if I tried, I'd look like fucking Eddie Munster.
No,
but
I look like Eddie Munster. Yeah. But no, like, And I, obviously I had to handle my shit.
And it's like,
It took a long time though,
still
because
a fucking kid. This is an 18-year-old kid, and he was so fucking angry
for what though?
That he goes and he shoots a bunch of people.
I just don't understand how someone can be so angry at a race.
I guess
I can't.
Exactly.
I to be honest with you, to this day, I cannot wrap my head around how someone can be like that towards anybody. To be honest with you, race or not,
the only explanation for it is this generational thing.
How be so much hate, but like hate inside you.
You go to a grocery store where people are just like, there's a security guard just doing his job. There's people just checking people out. There's people
grocery
that are just
shopping,
grocery
hanging out,
shopping,
chilling,
and you decide
time with the family with
that
the
you're
wife.
gonna just shoot them all. You don't see any commonality to when your dumbass goes and grocery shops. Like, you don't see any connection to your fucking life.
I don't understand. Like,
it makes no sense. And that's the thing, is it makes no sense.
Is it a mental health issue, mental sickness issue? Or,
no, it's a social issue.
Or like, what do you think? Like,
but my question is, it becomes a mental health issue when the behavior is so extreme in my mind, because like, how do we have a culture that this is even a thing?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, where that's even like the go-to. I think if we've gotten so used to this, we've gotten so comfortable.
That's sad to say.
I hate to say it, but
no,
like,
it's
we're not
sad.
shocked at all about another massive incident. We don't care really, because we don't do anything about it.
What is it with us in other countries? Because do other countries in we don't know if the other countries are having mass shootings, because it's always just we hear what we hear.
What the thing too, like,
I know there's a lot of gun stuff around this, but I think there's a lot of more than that too.
Here's the deal with our country though. Like, I feel that I'm a very middle of the road guy.
Yeah.
And I would like to propose something.
I don't think everyone should own a gun. I honestly don't think everyone.
I believe that there is a Second Amendment for a reason.
Yeah.
And I believe the Second Amendment is reasonable. And probably people shouldn't be allowed to just own anything they want.
No, they shouldn't.
So there's reasonable limits on it, right?
Oh, yeah.
We don't view it that way. But at the same time, we talk about mental health.
But we don't do nothing about it.
On the other side, if we don't do something about the guns, which I don't really propose, because I don't think that's the core problem. But, if you're going to do mental health, you got to pay for it.
Yep.
So you got one side that wants to do away with all guns and will pay for everything. But you got the other side that doesn't want to do away with guns and won't pay for anything.
So none's going to be done.
And somewhere along the way, like, stop talking about it, fucking work together and do it. Yeah. I don't care. If my rifle can't hold 28 rounds, I don't really fucking care.
And that's the thing. Like, does your rifle need a whole 20
Should I not be allowed to buy an AR-15? No, I should be able to. Do I need a military capacity rifle?
No.
But people argue, well, it's for like self-defense, for government. They have nukes. Like, they're gonna fucking nuke you. You're dead anyway.
See, I guess that's the one thing I never understood. Like, I get the whole gun right thing.
I do too, because I like guns and I own guns.
Yeah, same
but
here.
It's like, it's a reasonable level. I don't like a kid running into a school classroom, barricading him in, and then shooting a bunch of like elementary kids to death.
That's so sad.
That pisses me off. And the capacity is a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, like, every time the guy doesn't have to unload his gun is an opportunity not to kill his ass.
Yeah.
And I also think cops should just shoot these fuckers. But
I agree.
Anyway.
No.
It just makes me sad. These are both 18-year-old young men.
I don't know.
And they're not a victim. Please don't get me wrong.
No, they're not victims at all.
Our 18-year-old kids are deciding that these violent acts are rational and necessary.
Who knows?
Why?
Well, that's that. I think that's like the only thing they know. And so that's where the whole like gun thing is kind of. I think that's where it's like real tough, is because a lot of this doesn't have to do with the guns, right? I think a lot of it has to do with the
cause of why they pick up the gun and do this.
The person, right? And does having the access to a gun make it easier? It does. It does make it easier, and being allowed, like, yeah, man, my rifle can carry 50 rounds, which is come on now. We go hunting, and how many rounds had we shot?
Oh, we shot at a target more than we ever shot.
I mean, besides that,
but see, we're reasonable gun owners.
Well,
like,
that's what I mean.
The thing.
And I think a majority of people are probably reasonable. Do I think everyone needs like 50 mags and banana clips and fucking? You don't need all that shit.
But see, this is the thing: is we live in a culture too where it's like one side versus the other, and there's no common ground because you can't have it.
Yeah.
So like, if you're on the right, it's NRA, which says like everything. Like we're not giving anything.
See, and I don't think you need everything.
But then on the other side, you have guns are the sole problem.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and I don't think that's even the problem.
But they'll also pay for mental health, but they're not calling for that. They want guns to go.
See, I don't think that's the right thing to do either.
This side doesn't want guns to go, so they say mental health, but they won't pay for it. This side wants guns to go, so they want to acknowledge mental health. They want the guns to go.
Yeah, do you think they need to build more safety within the schools for situations?
Well,
and that's sad. And to say, and this is really sad.
Truth
but
is,
like,
if you look
need
at
safety like that,
a state like Texas, this school, my assumption was it was what you call an open campus. That means a lot of classrooms are accessible from outside. Yeah. Lots of warmer climates like California, Texas, Nevada, Utah. Those areas.
I want to say the middle school I went to was like that.
Mine was. You had buildings. You had to walk across campus. Classrooms themselves were internal, but you had to walk across buildings to get to different departments. It was kind of like a mini college campus.
Yeah.
Some of these elementary schools, were built way before Columbine or any of the school shooting era.
Which I was in high school when that happened.
Right. So there are classrooms that open right up to outside. Like you get to the classroom from outside.
When I moved to Washington, the school I went to, the middle school I went to, that's how it was. Like the door was right outside, and that's the only way you can go in or out.
That needs to change.
You can go. That's the only way you can go in that classroom.
So this is what
it's like a little round room.
We get these conversations like with police all the time. Like they'll come in and they'll talk to us about active shooter stuff and like what we're supposed to do as a teacher, and they talk about the research of like what they know, because the FBI, every time there's a shooting like this, they come in and they do an extensive, and the FTA or whatever.
Yeah.
ATF.
FTA.
The FTA.
The Flight Transit Association.
The fucking,
FAA.
Airplane guys come in. The fucking like FCC comes in. They all look at it. Anyway, the fucking alcohol, tobacco, and firearms guys. These guys come in. They do like extensive like looks into it.
Yeah.
Right. And so like what the common knowledge is these guys research before they go in. They want a head count because they want to outdo the last person. So it's about shock value and getting sort of like beating the last guy.
Is that competition?
It's like almost like a competition, like a hunt in a way. So we were told last time that what all you really need to worry about doing is being really quiet and hidden, because what they're doing is they're basically in their lizard brain looking for movement and sound. Like they're like an animal at that point, because they realize they've done the research. About 4 minutes later, the police are there. Took 40 minutes, by the way.
40?
I don't know what the fuck happened, because I don't want to jump to conclusions. It was a small rural community.
Did you hear who helped save?
I heard
it was a border patrol guy.
Border patrol agent went in,
and he fucking did some work, bro.
Shot.
This dude took a shot to the head right here.
What
bro.
I don't want to do is say that these guys had a choice to go in, because I don't know. If they were shot and couldn't stand up, I think people jump to conclusions. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of talk about the cops didn't do this or that. I don't know if that's true or not.
Who knows?
If they stayed outside and they didn't go in, they could have. That's a big fucking problem. If they were shot in the lung and couldn't breathe.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different. I don't know how large the community was. 40 fucking minutes is awful.
40 minutes
in our city. Their average time for a call like that is 4 minutes or less.
If something like that happened at the high school where my one of my oldest goes, and the cops took 40 minutes, I would have an issue, because literally
you can see them from the fucking high school. Yeah. It would not take that long.
It better take a half a minute.
And they have a resource officer that would be there. And our cops our cops would fucking deal with it. That's the thing about our area. We have enough shootings now, random fucking shootings like we never had before.
Well, I think part of that reason, and this is obviously going away from like the mass shootings. is our population is a lot bigger now.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
And
It's
so
changing
obviously with bigger population, you're going to have
more issues.
more criminal issues. And I think that's just a normal thing.
People, I mean, the economic pressures here. Yeah. We are now selling houses for over $1 million that would have been $300,000.
Dude, my house right now,
it's insane.
Worth not $1 million, but worth a lot more than what I bought it for.
There are
and I haven't done shit
condos going in here between $1.5 and $3 million. California, calling you out. They are ruining Washington.
California's ruining every state from California up.
Yeah.
So Oregon's getting fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just California. Just because they don't like their state because it's going to go into ocean.
They just skip over Portland and come right here.
Because they're going to the ocean. That's why. Because California one day is going to get out into the ocean.
Did you see fucking Meade? They keep finding mob kills.
Where?
Lake Mead in Utah or in
Lake Mead's in
Nevada.
Nevada. Yeah, I fished there, dude.
No, you couldn't now. There's nothing left. It's
I know.
So fucking dry,
dude.
They just found a sunken boat. It's that low.
When I was a kid, me and my cousins and my uncle, we would go to Lake Mead, and my cousin got me into fish. I fished the first time I fished was with my cousin Anthony.
Yeah,
we went to Lake Mead. And we would fish for trout.
Yeah.
That's what it used to be in there. And then there was these bluegill. And see, these ones you can just catch with just a string and a hook.
There was that.
They're small.
Hungry, huh?
Yeah. You didn't even need anything on them, I remember. But Lake Mead, we'd always go to Lake Mead.
Dude, I want to just go see Lake Mead.
Dude, it used to be, it was so cool.
But didn't they flood a city?
Well,
isn't there supposed to be a city at the bottom of Lake Mead? I want to see that fucking place.
I don't know about that, but
shit?
Something because my dad lives in Boulder City, which is pretty close, sort of.
Okay.
So Hoover Dam's over that way, and Hoover Dam
is what creates Lake Mead, right?
I think so. But at Hoover Dam, even if you see their levels, say it used to be.
Do they even have water coming through anymore?
I don't know. I
mean,
Hoover Dam's not like what it was.
It can't be.
I dropped a Superman toy down into Hoover Dam, so. One of these days, I'm gonna find him. He's gonna be right there on the bottom. There he is. My old
damn dude!
I dropped a toy down there to see if he could fly.
He didn't.
He didn't.
He went right in those turbines.
Batman.
Yeah, fuck you, Superman.
You didn't fly, you piece of shit.
I wonder if that's why these kids are shooting because they lost a toy.
I don't know. I don't understand. I'll never be able to understand the mindset of someone like that because I get getting angry because. Stuff doesn't go your way. I get that because I've been there. Who hasn't?
Right.
I get being
feeling disenfranchised and that's part of a young you think man's
life's
feelings,
not fair to you. I get that feeling because obviously,
but most of us don't go nuts and start killing.
No,
people.
We don't. We deal with it like humans.
So
we
why
keep it to ourselves.
Do you think it's becoming more commonplace because it's out there now? I think the violence is just there, and it looks like an appealing way because you get the attention.
I really think media has a lot to do with a lot of this stuff. Maybe accessibility to weapons is there, but hasn't it always been there? Though?
Like you just said, media. This is the thing. The cop told us when he came in, he's one of the captains for our police department. He came in and he said, these guys do their research before they go into a school. They know the body count. They know the time limit. They know all these things. We've done, we've taken their computers. We've looked through them. We know what they searced. We know what they.
Well, yeah, you got forensics. You got actually.
Exactly.
I took a forensics class
forensics, right?
I took a forensics class when I was in IT. Going get my bachelor's.
So they know that they have X amount of time. They know what the highest body count is, and their goal is to beat the body count and to make it, whether they die or they live, to kill more people in that time frame. So maybe the media doesn't share. Maybe we don't. Maybe as a society, we accept that there's some knowledge that isn't worth having. Do I need to know how many kids died? Probably not. If it hides information, that might save more kids next time. Maybe not saying that an elementary school is a prime target is a good idea.
Well, and I think one of the reasons... And I don't know if this is one of the reasons, but maybe it is. I don't know. Like I said, there's so many pieces to this puzzle, right?
Absolutely.
So the thing is, the places you see get mass shootings majority of the time are places that are gun-free zones, right? So these shooters know they're going to a school. There's no one going to be there to fucking.
This one was Texas, though. Texas actually.
But their schools are still gun-free zones, I'm sure.
Yes, they are.
That's what I mean. It's like.
But resource officers are excluded from that. Cops can have guns.
Well, yeah. But I mean, if your resource officer ain't nowhere near you, or you know what I mean? But I mean, I'm saying a majority
of them. This is a small community, so they wouldn't have had.
Yeah. But like a lot of these schools that it does happen, in most schools you go to, it's even my job, it's gun free.
Yeah.
Right. Which is fine.
Yeah.
But I think these people see that and they're like, this is a fishbowl. Like, I got all the access I need. Like no one's gonna hit me up. No one's gonna do. I got this many minutes.
You know
I got
how we could start to solve this problem? The federal government could fund every single school district in the country. It'd be very expensive, but I would pay the taxes for it. This is one thing I would pay the extra taxes for. Every single school should be closed to the outside.
Oh yeah.
You should have to go through
you should have a key card and everything
door to get in. So any school that was built in the olden days, it shouldn't be on individual tax dollars of local school districts to get the money to build these.
Like, how did he get into school?
My assumption, and this is just my assumption, again, this is a hot climate. They have an open campus elementary school.
I get it.
We've seen it before.
But how did he get in the class?
The door was not locked.
Oh, okay.
It was propped open. Maybe it's hot. Maybe the air conditioner doesn't work well. Somehow the door was easily accessible. You're not expecting a shooter. Is it the principal? Is it another kid? You go and what's your instinct? You go and you push the door to open it. It's a shooter that comes in. There's no news.
Yeah.
You're cold to this. As a teacher, I'm in the middle of a lesson. I hear a normal knock. I'm going to go and just assume it's either my principal or it's a kid that needs in. And I'm going to go hit the door.
But as a teacher, you should know if your kids are not all there or not.
What if there's a kid in the bathroom?
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Well,
you know what I'm saying? But like, I would, the last thing in my mind in my school would be that there's a shooter that wants to come in to shoot me.
Yeah.
My school's also closed. There's a hallway. You don't get in our building unless somebody lets you in.
Yeah.
They have to literally buzz you in at the office.
Yep.
That's how JJ's school is. Scary. It's like, it's very normal. You have like a breezeway. You have an outer door. You have an inner door. Everybody can come in. They have to stop at the office and tell you, oh, I'm here to pick up so-and-so. Okay, I'll buzz you in. And they hit a button and you can go in.
Yeah.
It's very simple. All the side doors are locked until, like certain times of the day they may not be.
And you're not, and that's probably the last place you're hoping someone's knocking to is your outside door. If you have access
my classroom
inside.
Doesn't have. Now, my old school, we did have outside access to classrooms.
So JJ's school has like access to outside, right? But but you mainly get in. You have to go inside first, right?
There is a hallway where you get into these classrooms.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But outside, you let the kids out to recess through that door.
Yeah,
they might line up to come in at the door, but you're not using it throughout the day. It's not the only way.
So if you heard someone knocking, you'd be like, "Whoa!"
These classrooms, I think it was a campus where because the climate's so warm. They just had an open school.
Yeah.
So all the classrooms are just built with these like outdoor walkways. That needs to stop.
Yeah.
And if the government really is concerned about saving kids, if we really want to, number one, make the schools safe.
Well, you got to make it safe.
Construct them in a way where people can't just come in. School shootings are our reality today. They're going to happen. My fear is now the elementary is going to become the go-to because of how shocking it is. We've had 2 now, and it's the same story it's always been. Both sides are doing Sandy Hook, and now this, and it's the same fucking thing. Both political sides are doing their stupid shows, and nobody really cares. I hate to say it that way, but we're not doing anything any differently than what we did in the past.
Yeah,
we all care because we love our kids. But nobody in power is doing anything different from what they've done in the past.
So
to change
I wonder. I know. Like I said, the whole gun thing comes into play. A lot of people. That's a huge touchy subject.
Absolutely not. Nothing. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a huge subject, and I understand that, and I know people are like saying abolish guns, and I understand.
On the other side, it's right. Get rid of everything.
Yeah, right. I know. Get rid of all guns because that's going to change it. But is it though?
That I think if people are open and honest, the solution
is that going to really change anything? Like, what is that going to change?
If we lived in a society where people were reasonable and rational, and both sides were wanting to stop kids from being killed, if I'm on the right, I'm going to give a little on guns. I'm going to say maybe I'm okay with some limiting capacity,
which I'm fine.
Maybe
with.
I'm okay with some of these mild things. Do I think all guns should go away? No. Do I think that that's reasonable? No. If I'm on the left, I should say, okay, you're giving a little. I'm going to give on this. I don't want all guns to go. Yeah. Can we meet in the middle and say maybe clips shouldn't have 300 rounds?
I agree with that.
On the capacity of guns, of rounds. And
I want to say the most I didn't have a rifle, but one of my buddies, Bucket, helped. Yeah. He was teaching me how to shoot, right?
Right.
And I think one of his rifles, and it's what the stock is. It was like 4 rounds or 6 rounds, right? Maybe 6, maybe.
Yep.
I don't even think I think it was 3, to be honest with you. But it's this short little clip. I mean, it's just what comes with the gun. Yep. And I don't think you need any more than that. You don't need a banana clip.
So there are arguments. So the people that buy them for home protection, the idea is there are very paranoid people that think the world's going to go to shit, and you're going to need an arsenal to protect yourself,
bro.
It could happen.
People have been thinking this since the Bible.
Yeah, and the world is going to shit, and we still don't need it.
It's going to.
I am all for guns. Like, I'm not an anti-gun person. I believe in guns. I don't want it to be too hard to get guns. I like the guns.
Do I need a gun that has 97 rounds? No, because I don't think an army's coming to my house.
We're reasonable people. I mean, realize I'm still one asshole with a gun. It doesn't matter how much I have. I'm still asshole with a gun.
If I got my gun that has my handgun, what, 10 rounds, 12 rounds, maybe, right? Depending on the handgun.
Right.
I mean, that's gonna deter a fucking person from coming to my house.
Ideology entrenches you to the point that you can't solve problems. And I think that's what's happened in our politics. If you're a Republican, you cannot be in any way, shape, or form anti-gun. That means you don't limit guns at all. If you're a Democrat, you can't like guns at all. You have to hate guns.
Politics.
Guns are the scapegoat for solving the real problem. The real problem is, when it comes to schools, there's no reason for a school to be open.
No, there isn't.
So we need to shore up money. If we can pay billions of dollars for Ukraine, which I believe in, to defend themselves, then we should defend our schools.
If we can provide,
first of all, federal funding should go to basic construction of elementary, at least, schools where you can't just walk in a classroom and blast people away. There should not be any open campus elementary schools.
No.
Fix that problem. That should be federally funded. That's my feeling.
No.
I would pay the taxes for it. I don't like a lot of taxes, but at the same time, there are some things that are worth paying for.
What would help that? Would a school levy help that?
On the other side, if we would pass it, that's the problem. The money to go for that, you actually have to get bonds. You have to pass local bonds.
You know what I just saw?
Huh.
This has nothing to do with school shootings, but it kind of touches on. They're going to have to cut some school funding for something because levies weren't passed.
Our levy was not passed.
So they're cutting school funding for whatever reason.
This is the simple way to look at it. Levies are for learning.
People don't under that.
Well, and I want people to understand, like, a lot of people are angry right now because they feel like we in our union chose not to do certain things during the pandemic.
Yeah.
What they're not understanding
I'm going to make this a fucking short.
Our local school district had no say in the rules imposed during the pandemic.
Yeah.
From the shutdown on, we had no choice.
Yeah.
We were told what to do, and we followed what we were told to do.
Yeah.
We busted our asses as individual teachers to try to help as much as we could.
Yeah.
It was a bad situation.
For sure.
That comes, first of all, I want to say for our whole society, that comes like once in a lifetime. We might need to toughen up a little bit as a culture where we can handle when something doesn't go perfectly for 5 minutes. I really do worry when we actually get in a true crisis where we can't just bullshit our way through it.
I'm not going to lie to you. America is
we're fucking
soft and we're big pussies.
We are fat people with a big rifle that just likes to yell.
Like, people don't realize how many other countries just look at us like, man, these guys are pussies.
Are we kind of dumb?
We're so dumb.
Flat out, we can't even solve simple problems.
We can't
Our
protect our kids, bro.
Are so
how sad is that? We can't even protect our own damn kids.
And this is the thing that both parties need to listen to. Like on a national level, on an individual level, you as a person that watches your news network, you need to understand if you love guns, like we do. Like I honestly think we're more on the pro gun side.
Yeah, I love guns. I mean, I have
if
nothing
you're going
wrong
to
with
solve this, you have to look at it as maybe part of the problem. On the left, you have to look at it as we have a Second Amendment. Yeah. We're not getting rid of all guns, and we shouldn't. Yeah, there's a reason to allow people to own guns. Yeah. Are there reasonable limits? When they wrote the Constitution, what were their guns like?
They were muskets,
They didn't have a fucking clip. You poured fucking shit in. It took you 2 minutes to shoot one bullet.
I know.
I don't think they would have looked at nukes and been like, we are giving an overarching rule that everyone can own anything they want. I don't think that's what they were looking at.
Yeah. So you need to go back and look at your...
It's like like a red herring. It's like these issues are just there as ways to not do anything.
Yeah.
Like all the Democrat has to do is like they don't want to lose the votes of people that are on the fence but like love guns. So they just have to talk bad about guns but never have to vote on it. And on the other side, they just have to say nothing. We're not giving anything, and they win.
Yeah, stupid.
The gun thing is a problem. As a gun owner and somebody who doesn't want to see guns go away and who does realize the other side, there are people that want them all to go away. Yeah. I see the fear and I get it. On the other side, okay, give a little.
Yeah.
Which side's going to be willing to pay for the mental health? Why don't we have more counseling in our schools?
We need that.
Our counselors are dying with testing. This is the deal. Our counselors who are supposed to be working with kids on mental health get pulled into doing testing.
For what?
State and federal testing.
Why?
Because we have to. Because everybody wants our kids to succeed because they don't believe that teachers care and they don't think that we're doing a good job.
It's mental health so important.
Well, this is the thing.
So big. It's such a huge thing right now. We do these
big laws that say like schools already do this, so this is what else they're going to do, and they're going to do this too, and they're going to do this too, and we don't think about the manpower and the hours it takes. It's a civic job. It's this idea of like love and compassion, and we give. So they just keep piling things on. They don't factor in the time it takes to work with a mentally unstable student.
Yeah.
We have school psychologists. You know what school psychologists do all the time? And this is districts all over, not ours, but just all over. They test kids for special services. They're a psychologist that only looks at special education, essentially. And the reason for that is there are not enough hours in the day.
Well, I think...
But there's no funding for it. School districts have to use levy dollars to pay for these things.
Yeah.
When you have to do that and they don't pass your levy, you know, on a good year, we didn't have good.
So what are they going to cut? They're going to cut some of those programs.
They're going to cut.
You know what I mean?
First of all, they're going to cut sports, but they're not going to cut the sports that are self-funding. So they're not going to cut your like football team. But if your kid wasn't that great, but they were going to participate in something, goodbye. They're not going to pay the
badminton
coach.
Players and shit.
It's all the things that enrich your child's experiences or opportunity for experiences.
Yeah, who needs that? Because that's not it. Well, see, and I think that's where
and it's going to end up resulting in the help for, and you're going to say like, I'm a lazy teacher. No, there are times where you need an extra body to help facilitate certain things.
So this is my thing, right? Yeah. Is I think one is, so these levies don't pass and they get rid of these weird sports and whatever.
Yeah.
So I think taking that away also impacts the fact that there's kids that it really maybe enjoy doing badminton.
Maybe that's the thing that's keeping them going.
That's keeping their head straight. Because for me, like I've mentioned a million times, sports kept me straight.
Yep.
So then, boom, there goes their mental health, right? So now you got like, your sports are gone, so their mental health's gone. So now they're well, we don't have the money for these mental health.
America
teachers.
Needs to put their money.
But you know what? Also, I think it's I really think mental health's more important now than it was when we were kids.
Yeah.
Is because nowadays we have so much information out there with the internet, with everything, that kids look at things they see on YouTube, we'll say, and they just think they're not good enough because this YouTuber's making all this money or doing all this. And so like kids
Well,
I think-
and
I think-
the
I think
level of
kids-
what's normal,
Yeah, I think
Right?
that
Like,
really
yeah.
affects kids and
self-esteem. and,
I think that really has a big part on their self-esteem. Yeah, back in the day, it was these pretty girls on Cosmo and these buff boys and all these little
Right.
magazines. That was probably the thing where it was like, oh my god, I feel like pretty self-conscious. I don't look like the girl on
Right.
Cosmo. Now it's like I don't look like this girl on this Instagram model or this fucking OnlyFans bitch, or I don't look like whatever, or I'm not performing like this guy on YouTube, or I'm not
Right.
doing this on YouTube. Like me and you, we put YouTube videos out, and obviously we think we have this amazing podcast, and
we do.
and I still think that. And I'll honestly put our podcast.
We're going to keep
against,
putting it out there if
I'm
you
gonna do
watch
that.
it or not.
but if we had if we were younger, I think it would be harder for us to keep continuing
we're
this
not
because
old enough to really.
I think we're old enough to realize mentally that, okay, we got to
Exactly.
keep doing this. But if we were younger, it'd be difficult. Like you'd
and
feel
that's
defeated.
my question with
You
these
know what I mean?
18-year-old kids
You'd be
that
defeated.
decide
Like,
to pick up guns and kill people.
Yeah.
What society do we live in where that's a norm?
Fuck.
Where these 18-year-old kids, and I don't mean to like justify what they did or to say that they're a victim. They're not.
No, they're
you
not.
start killing kids.
You're a piece
That
of shit.
pisses me off. That doesn't change the fact an 18-year-old is still a kid.
Still young, man.
I mean, like his whole life was ahead of him. And he felt that I think this is the question we have to ask ourselves. Whether it's psychotic or not, we're not going to try him as a psychopath because he's not.
Yeah.
He's going to be tried as a murderer of 20-some
He's
people,
going to get
including
the
a ton
death
of kids.
penalty, most likely.
And he should.
He should.
But as a culture, as a society, we need to look at that and ask, what are we doing wrong where our 18-year-old kids think that this is the rational answer
okay
to
yeah.
whatever they're going
Yeah.
through? I don't fucking get it. And it pisses me off that we're doing the same thing that we've always done. Your stupid morning show is going to dumbify it down to the shock and horror, and my heart goes out.
Bro, I've heard this
Jesus
combo
fucking
since
Christ. I
I was in high school.
Nobody cares. Be honest. You don't fucking care enough.
Back in my day, I remember being in high school when Columbine happened.
Right.
Maybe I was in 8th grade, ninth. I don't know.
I was in like 6th grade, I think.
Okay, so then I was
something. So
I was probably in high school then. All I know is when it happened, we seen it on the TV. I might have been in health class or something, but I just remember I was just like, dude, this is crazy. And then obviously the way it is now, but you hear the same, like you just said, with the news, the way they talk, the way they say it, the story's the same.
It's shock and horror.
How could this happen?
The
Blah, blah,
outcomes are it happens because
what's
it's happened
changed
before.
since then?
Nothing's changed.
In my 40 years, what's changed? Nothing.
My honest feeling
nothing's
is
changed.
9/11 on has been
changed.
nothing but more and more violence and more extremism, and the feeling that violence gets some sort of solution, even if it's just your own 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
I don't
even don't talk about them. That's what they want.
I think we really need to ask, and I get back to the media. Jon Stewart was a guy that I really admired because he was funny and he was a joke.
Yeah.
And he ran this the Daily Show.
Great show.
This joke of a show, the Daily Show, and he always talked about how we're this 11 o'clock bullshit show after South Park. But he really took it to the 24-hour news media. And I beg the question, as a culture where we're bombarded with fake information from everywhere, where we believe in our First Amendment right, the most important right to freedom of press, and we don't want the government controlling our information, but where is the individual responsibility to tune out and to stop the echo chamber and to have a little bit of fucking intelligence.
Yeah.
Where we can go, you know what? That sounds like bullshit.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to maybe I like what I hear because it agrees with my worldview, but let me check out the other side. Or let me look for, we're not interested.
Yeah, we don't do that.
If you want conservative, you're going to go to Fox News or one of the,
you want this, you want CNN.
If you want the left, you're going to go to CNN.
If you want the crazy, you're going to Alex Jones.
I mean, at least he's being sued now. I think individuals need to start.
But why don't we sue CNN and them?
Well, they will. I think what needs to start
if they're
happening
pitching some
more,
stupid shit that they're
but they're all these
not
groups,
just CNN. I'm
no, I hear
all news. I just use
these
them as an
guys
example.
are
people
protected under the First Amendment, and the First Amendment again is something that is good.
Yeah,
I don't know what you do with it, and I don't know what you do with the Second Amendment because both are important. Both were not written for the modern context.
No, they weren't.
There has got to be an intelligent solution to the problem that we're facing because it's killing us. It's killing us. And we aren't smart enough as individuals to stop it.
Yeah.
Free speech is great. Free lies is not great.
Yeah.
And most of what we hear is filtered through viewpoint. It used to be in the news, you didn't know what the news anchor thought. You just heard the facts.
Now you do.
You know exactly what the news anchor thinks.
Because
everything is so important. And I get it. There are a lot of really important events happening in the world and a lot of shocking things that we can't tolerate. There's a place for social activism and there's a place for journalism. Social activism is one thing, and that's fine and that's great. Journalism is something else.
Yeah.
And if we're going to have an informed population that trusts and believes, back when I was more liberal, I used to get so shocked and irritated with this idea that the media was so on the left. And I'm like, how the fuck can these idiots think that? As I got a little older, and now I tend to flip back and forth between the two sides.
But it's because you're rational.
But I got to the point where I'm like, well, first of all, I called them idiots for 10 years. That probably pissed them off. That this college kid thought that they were just stupid redneck pieces of shit.
Yeah.
That was probably the first annoyance since they were like 50 years old and had lived an entire life, beyond my 18 years. That's number one. Number two, CNN is fucking biased.
Yeah. Fox
I hated
News,
Trump. I still hate Trump. But at the same time, the guy had to have done something right. You're never going to hear that on CNN.
You're not.
And on the flip side, like you said, Fox News is just as much of a joke. Biden is the worst president ever, and he's going down for all these things. None of this is actually in fact. Is he a great president? Not probably. I don't know.
But yes, whatever. His rating's not that great.
I liked Obama a lot more. I'm going to say that. But anyway,
I don't even know. My guy right now, Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter. Republicans hate Jimmy Carter.
I don't even know.
Jimmy Carter,
like a baby.
I love Jimmy Carter though. He's fucking old.
That's why I said that. Like
answer.
I don't know,
dude. That guy. I like Jimmy Carter.
I don't know I don't know much about presidents.
All I know is like, if you want to start solving problems in this country, stop watching the news and start just letting
dialogue.
We've said that a million times. Have a fucking job to do, and that's legislating. Just let them legislate. You know what? You're not going to love everything about the agreements they make, but if it's like a business, which everybody loved the idea of Trump because I want a businessman. Businessmen negotiate and they make deals. He did that. You know what deals are?
He did that great.
Deals, don't make you win everything.
No.
Deals, you give a little, you get a little, and you end up in a good place. And people are gonna be like, "No, a good deal means that you." No, like by and large, in American culture, when you have a left and a right,
when you buy and sell,
you're going to look for the most responsible solution to a problem. And that means that the most far right isn't going to win and the most far left is not going to win.
You got to be in the
middle. And you try to pull people towards the middle as much as possible. Is my view. Is my personal view. I'm really tired of the modern era.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's this. I don't know what it is.
Who fucking?
I was going to come up with something stupid.
All I'm going to do is go camping, and I can't afford it this year. Fuck.
I know.
I can't even drive my truck in the woods because it's so fucking expensive.
Middle class, we're fucked anyway.
This is a big problem.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not
even go on that tirade.
Anyway.
But no, I think I don't know. There's a change that needs to happen, and it's not. So I think that's kind of the thing.
It's not. And you know what? I'm just going to tell America.
And will it happen? I don't know.
I'm going to say the last thing I'm going to say on that issue is we don't care enough.
We don't, because right now everyone's, and I agree, like this is a tragedy, and it is.
It is. It's awful. It's horrible.
And I hate to say this and be that guy, but in a month, no one's gonna care.
We're just being real. We're in a week.
we're gonna just. Yeah,
I guarantee
like you said, everyone's going to say
the media is not going to get money off of that story. It's going to be old enough. It's not going to be right in our frontal lobe.
When that Amanda Heard, Johnny Depp, like trial ends, which it ended, but when that when
the verdict
comes out,
that's going to be the story.
You're not going to hear about all this.
We're done with Uvalde or whatever the fuck that place is. I guarantee you. And this is the sorrow. I don't mean this to be cruel. I mean this to wake us up. We don't fucking care.
We don't. That's sad.
Be honest. Everybody out there, if you're posted on Facebook this week, I guarantee you your post had something to do with your political view and nothing about saving kids.
Oh, yeah.
All you did was post a meme about what your viewpoint is.
Well, that, and I think
guns are bad or it's all mental health.
Make yourself look like a certain way.
Yep.
That's why I don't like certain political stuff. I won't post.
But this is it. Everybody I knew that was on the left, it was about guns.
Yeah.
And everybody I knew on the right it was about mental health. Well, guess what? If you're on the left, you hate guns.
It's both.
And you're not rational. And if you're on the right, you think it's mental health, but you won't pay for it. So both sides need to fucking wake up, solve the damn problem.
Wake up.
Yeah, I'm going to start throwing shit. Maybe that'll wake you up. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this bottle at something.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But anyway.
Come on.
I think we can end here.
I think we can.
This is very heated.
I apologize for my heated feelings.
We don't apologize for anything we say because...
Here's what I'm not going to apologize for. I'm a first grade teacher. I have a room full of first grade kids with me every day.
You fucking love to death.
When I teach them about these things, because we practice them, they're against the wall, and every time they're like, I'll kill the guy. And like, you're not going to do anything. You get yourself against the wall. I put myself nearest the door. If they come in, don't you worry. I have a plan. Like, what are you going to do? Don't you worry. I have a plan. Do I have a plan? Not really.
I do. I would fucking hit him with a chair or something, bro.
I'm ready. Let me tell you. Some dumbass comes in.
You know what you should do?
First of all, they're not going to because I lock my fucking door.
Do you got a paper cutter?
Not in my room.
You need to get one so you can rip the arm off, and that'd be...
First of all, I have a Jason mask. God damn it. I need to tighten this fucking thing up.
But anyway, we got plans. I'm not even a teacher, but hey, I have to do these active shooters.
My cousin worked with a school district that made him have a baseball bat in the room.
You know what?
My fat ass doesn't need a baseball bat. I told the kids, don't you worry. He comes in that door, I'm going to sit on him. It's going to be just fine.
Laughed.
Hey,
kids. You all get handguns.
Yeah.
No, let an active shooter walk into a room
I
full
will
of kids
say to anybody that thinks arming teachers is the answer, it's not the fucking answer.
No, it's not.
Please do not think that arming teachers is the answer. I think that's
stupid. But can you imagine an active shooter going into a classroom and he goes into the wrong...
like a fucking Russian classroom?
Yeah.
Kalashnikovs.
Oh, shit.
I'm so sorry.
Thought this was a shooting range.
Wrong room.
Yeah. You ain't getting out. No, you're locking that door. You're stuck with us now.
I got a few kids that were probably badass as shit. They probably rock some shit out of his world, but
I don't know. That'd be funny, though. Anyway, guys. On that
we love you guys. Wherever you are, let's try to solve this shit.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Love you guys.
Mm-hmm.